Maxx, you know how it is, man. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yeah.
You've been there a few years now. You had a few coaches.
Yeah.
As a fan, as a guy that works for the team, I would say the biggest frustration I've had is just the change, the inconsistency in the coaching staff. We got Pete Carroll, a guy that's, pretty well known in the NFL and college football. He's coming in there. How do you feel he's going to change the team and move us in the right direction?
Yeah, I think you're very spot on. I mean, there has been a lot of change. It's been frustrating, to say the least. This past season is probably the most frustrating year I've had, to be honest, starting with the injuries, you know what I mean? Getting rolled up twice in 1 year, getting a high ankle, playing on torn up ankle, it's tough.
They're trying to do whatever they can to stop my guy.
Whatever, you know what I mean? So that's a part of it. It's part of the game, but on top of it, it's just like, the losing, you know what I mean? We've played with multiple quarterbacks this year. Whole offensive staff is fired after 9 games. Like, it's just tough, you know what I mean? I put everything into it, and I know I'm a winner, and I know I'm a leader at heart. And I prove that every day. And, you start questioning everything when that's going on. Am I not doing enough? That's probably was the hardest part. So, obviously, bringing in Pete Carroll, a proven winner, one in college, one in the pros. Every conversation I've had so far has been awesome with him. Front office, new ownership, all those conversations have been great. So on my end, you know what I mean, there's a lot of things that, we got to talk about and get detailed, from contract to what's next, what's our plan. That's I'm all in. Like, bro, how this is. Like, I train all year round. I put everything into it. So I just want to know that at least have a chance to compete. So
you talk about, the frustrations of, losing games, and you start to question yourself. You start to think about certain things.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
I mean, it's crossed my mind at times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the guys that inspire me are the Kobe's and Jordans, the guy that
100%.
stayed at one place. Like,
yeah,
I'm loyal. Like,
right.
I went to Eastern Michigan. I never planned on going anywhere. They wanted me to grad transfer my last year. Like, agents coming. You go to Michigan, go to South Carolina, go to this. I'm like, shit, I'm going to the league. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've done what I need to do in college. So, yeah, I'm going on my 7th year being a Raider. Crazy how time flies. But like I said, like, bro, I'm a competitor. I'm an ultimate competitor. I don't care if we're playing 2K. When you come to my house, we're playing pig. Like, we're not leaving until I win. You know what I mean? And I feel like that right now. You know what I mean? It's been tough, but I am optimistic, and I do believe in what I've heard so far. You know what I mean? So like I said, there's obviously the contract side of it. We got to have those conversations, and we are having those conversations and take it one step at a time. But at the end of the day, like, that's the least of my worries. I know my production and my leadership that's going to take care of itself. The money is the last part. That will be good. It's just I want a chance to win. You know, I don't want to sit here and be like, I want to join the Chiefs and go get a suit. That doesn't mean shit to me. At the end of the day, like, I know what I bring to the table, and I want to be the reason and a big reason of why we're doing what we do. So that's why I love, why I've loved being here is, like, it is a challenge and it is hard, but I do believe that my day is coming for sure.
Blue collar worker indeed. Okay, so DPOI. If you win that tonight, what would that do to your career of the accolades? Yeah,
I mean, last year I was up for it, and this year obviously I'm banged up, had some injuries. The fact that, like, and I tell everybody in my circle this, like, this year it's my 4th year in a row making a Pro Bowl, and this one meant more than any of them.
Yeah.
Because of what I had to battle behind the scenes, the injuries, I'm literally playing on a grade 3 ankle sprain. You know what I mean? High ankle sprain, and you can't.
Still making plays.
Setting an edge. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything. Like, when I went out, got back to top 5 and the pressures. I'm first in the league in TFLs. Like, I'm willing myself through it. Losing 10 games in a row, and I'm out there, I'm fighting. You know what I mean?
Still
that means a lot to me. So I don't know when that time is coming to when I win a DPOY, but literally walking in today, somebody asked me the same thing. I'm talking to my agent, talking to my people with me, and I'm like, CJ LeBoy, this is the GOAT, is my brother. Kobe won 1 MVP in 20 years, and he's got statues, and he's arguably top 5 to ever play. So for me, I mean, I know my time is coming. I trust the process. I trust the work I put in. There's nobody that's working harder than me. I made CJ's ass come to the weight room, be up at 4:45 this morning, 2.5 hours, 3 hours of work. We're getting to it before we came here. Like, that's what I know, like, the work is going to pay off. And So winning that DPOY, when I do that, it's going to be a real special day. But I feel like it's like anything else. Right. Once I get that, I'm going to want another one. You know what I mean? It's on to the next. 100%. So that's how I'm wired, and I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing and be the best version of me.
We got the Super Bowl. It's New Orleans. We got Patty. Obviously, we hate the Chiefs. Yeah, of course. I play for the Cowboys, too, so I hate the Eagles. If you have a prediction, who you got?
I've gone back and forth so many times, but honestly, before the playoffs started, I said I think Philly's going to win it.
Yeah.
I really thought Buffalo was going to upset the Chiefs.
Patty.
They didn't do it. So it's put some little question, I've questioned myself a little bit moving forward because I was like, I was undefeated with my picks. I picked Washington to beat Detroit.
Okay.
Like I was like, I'm on fire. Like I'm right. This is the year Buffalo does. They couldn't do it. So if it's a close game, I'm taking Mahomes all day. Yeah. But I low-key, like, if they come out the gates humming, Eagles might run away with it.
Yeah,
they're a problem. They run the ball so damn well. They got dudes everywhere. They got all pros at all three levels of literally both sides. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to say Philly. I'm going to go with Philly. I'm going to stick to what I said originally.
Okay.
I'm going Philly. But if it's close, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We know you're a big fan of MMA fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your investment into Bare Knuckle Company.
Yeah.
And
great
congrats,
opportunity.
by the way.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I've been obsessed with the fighting world since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? My dad put me on UFC. Me and my brother, we were watching old school Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell. Like that's when we first fell in love. So over the years, I came in as a rookie. I get drafted by the Oakland Raiders. We're in Oakland at the time, and I know we're going to Vegas the next year. So I'm like telling everybody, like I'm going to every fight. Like I stuck to my word. Like to this day, I've been all over the world.
That's what's up.
Going to fights, and the relationship I've had with Dana White, like just being there at all the fights, we just kind of kept running into each other, and then we became real close. And Hunter Campbell as well. And then Dana's like, "Come with me to London, come with me to Boston." I'm like,
"Hell yeah!"
What? I'm like, I told my wife, I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm going. I'm out.
I'm
going." I mean, I've never been on a private plane, none of that. And he's like, he just took me under his wing, and like. It just furthered my love and like respect for the game, and I got to really just sit there and learn from him. And that's like the conversation I had with Dana. Like when I first went on a flight with him, going to London, going to Boston, all these places, I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm not like I don't want to be like in your posse just to like be along for the ride. Like I literally want to be like you when I'm 50. I want to have my own jet, take my own family to places when I'm that age, and travel the world. And that's what I want to do. So like that investment, when it came across the table. You got a guy like Conor McGregor who I've met before. David Feldman, a lot of great people. The product, it's something I've been watching for years. So I fell in love with it. And then when this comes across my table, I'm like, let's have a conversation. And it just one thing led to another. And now I'm, a part owner of in my opinion right now is the second best mixed martial art. I don't know how do you want to combat sports, mixed martial arts. It's different. You know what I mean? It's different. But I think it's the second best combat sports league in the world. And going to Philadelphia a couple weekends ago, Wells Fargo Center sold out 18,000. That's not normal. You know what I mean? So it's growing rapidly. I think it's so high action. The fights are 5.5 minutes on average. People are getting out of there, in and out.
Quick.
Bare knuckle, straight to it, old school. I think everyone can relate to it because when we're kids, we're in middle school, high school.
You get into a squabble.
You got a problem. You get in a squabble, and there's no gloves involved. There's no wrestling. You're straight to it, and I think that's why the whole world can relate to it. And I think it's just building so fast. So it's an honor to be a part of a team like that with those guys.
I'm waiting. You be putting the fashion stuff on, dog. The drip is always immaculate.
Appreciate it.
When are we gonna see a Maxx Crosby capsule collection with one of these big time brands? I know you've been thinking about it, dog.
No, absolutely. I mean, you talk about investments. Like I just invested in part ownership in Ryoko Rain. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay.
But it's starting to pop, and it's something. It's the same thing. I fell in love with the product years ago. I see NBA guys wearing it, NFL guys wearing it, the shorts. It started with like just the custom shorts.
Yeah.
Now they got full fits, and they start evolving. And I'm like, CJ, I need to get these guys on the phone. End up leading to one thing, and now I got part ownership in that. So I think honestly, with that company, like I love the Louis and all this, and like that's great. But like Ryoko Rain is something I really believe in, and I'm part of helping build. And we're going to do something crazy here here soon, for sure.
All right, now give me a little bit of a rundown with your partnership with Saxx Underwear.
Yeah, so Saxx underwear, obviously the double X. I'm like, okay, I like that. I like the way it looks. You know, that was the first thing that caught my eye, and then I started talking to the people behind it, and they're fully aligned with everything I believe in. Doing NIL deals with Eastern Michigan, giving you know, some kids opportunities to make some money at a Maxx school, which is not, you know, that common. My foundation, everything, they've been just super supportive and spot on. So that immediately, it's talk about relationships, like that's how that really started. And yeah, they've been incredible. And then you talk about the product. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Athletic wear, everyday wear, they got it all. So yeah, I mean, you check all those 3 boxes, you do great business. So they've been an incredible partner for sure.